Hello, friends. We are Intimate Alien. We're already ready to go. We're already doing it. I am Rachel Archelaus. Intimate Alien is here, as you can hear and see. She will be speaking to you very soon. But we have Carrie again. Yay!
I know it feels like so long since I've been here because I think I was on vacation and then it was 4th of July and it just feels like a really long time. So, hey guys, it's good to be back.
We're so glad you're here. It's always weird to do these live streams without you. So I did an Ask Me Anything and it was actually super fun. So if you haven't checked out that replay, it's on this channel. You can go check it out. If you love what we're doing here and you want more, you can always support the channel by joining and getting a behind the scenes video every Saturday from me, and or give us a super thanks. So hi, Jane. Hi, Guillaume. We're so glad to be with you today. If you're here, let us know in the chat. Intimate Alien is here for you. So if you have any questions for her, feel free to put them in the chat. And as always, if you want more of us, if you want more Intimate Alien, Carrie Dreamcasting, Rachel coaching, then join our coaching group. It is at intuitiveart.com. And then you'll see a membership up in the navigation bar. So check it out.
And I always want to give like a plug for our group, but especially today because we just came off another Intimate Alien call. One of the one of the beautiful things about having so much Intimate Alien access is that it's just like this evolving relationship. But today, she gave us a 5-day challenge. So like just cool stuff like that is happening all of the time inside of the group. So if you're on the fence or just curious, it is relatively inexpensive. So just give it a go.
Yeah, highly worth it. If you eat out more than, I don't know, I bet it's like eating out twice or 3 times a month. Like it could easily fit into a budget.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have a family of 5, so.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for being here. Intimate Alien wants to talk about how to go big fast. Don't wait for your dreams to come. Like, let them come now. Be them now. And so I am really excited about this because Intimate Alien has kind of been stringing me and Carrie along this year and kind of like promising something like this. And I have experienced big leaps at different times. And so I know it's possible. I also took a class a long time ago from Laura Roeder, founder of LKR Social Media and Meet Edgar and My Paper Bell, like software companies. And I took her class called Creating Fame, where she's just like, you just nominate yourself for stuff and like it happens and then people think you're really huge and there you go. She was also she was a co-founder of B School with Marie Forleo. So like she knows her stuff. And she sold her first software company, Meet Edgar, for a life-changing sum of money and just never has to work again. So it can be done, whether you're an alien or not. So let's get into it and see what Intimate Alien has to say about this, because I'm excited and so is Guillaume. Yes.
Yes. Well, and I will, while you're getting Intimate Alien, I will just say that someone in our group, for not the first time, this is like a regular occurrence now where she's like, oh, it was such a surprise. Someone nominated me for some award and I'm listed on the 25 people to know or the whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So you can nominate yourself or someone might just do it for you.
Okay, we are here. Hello, everyone. Hello, Carrie. Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
We changed into our Do Only What You Love sweatshirt, even though it's a little old, because that is really going to be a theme today.
I am here for it. So I was telling everyone, I'm sure you heard, but I was telling everyone before you came in how we just came off an intimate alien call. And I was telling everyone in the intimate alien call how grateful I am for those calls. They always work out perfectly and magically, but just spending time in your presence often, it just causes me to remember the truth, relax, remember, get aligned. Yeah, I'm super grateful to be a part of it. And that is my advice to everyone watching. Just take a minute, take a breath, let intimate alien in. And
yes, because I am only activating you. It's not even you are taking me in, you are taking you in.
so the topic today, it is, I mean, I've heard Guillaume bring it up a million times. I know I'm looking at who's here in the chat, and I know it is not an unfamiliar topic to a lot of us, which is like, I want my big, big, big wildest dream, and I would like it yesterday. So let's talk about it.
Well, no surprise, but how you can accomplish this is by really knowing how it feels to be that. So usually you want something big because it feels like it matches your truth. You just feel like a big person. You feel like a big dream person. Like that's really your life, right? So you just feel like that thing that you want, that you feel is big, that's you. You want it because it's your real life, your real truth. And so in that way, it's accessible to you to feel. Because if it feels like you, if it feels like that's you, that's where you want to be, that's, you always knew that was your path, then you know how to feel it. And so you need to take a moment to feel, well, how will I feel when I'm there? How will I feel when I'm there? And if it's really your truth, you will feel locked in, confident, ready, excited, relaxed, stable, supported, steady. And usually more confident. And that feeling is important because it helps you make decisions. Because a lot of people think they need to do what others have done in order to get big. But if you think about it, the people who have skyrocketed up, they're usually stumbling into it. They're usually doing their version of life, and then it explodes. Think about all of the big pop stars even. You kind of think, oh, well, they all are doing the same thing, but they're not, right? Lady Gaga is very different from Britney Spears, is very different from Christina Aguilera, is very different from Mariah Carey, is very different from fill in the gaps, right? Now, they all have a degree of talent, but they're all different, right? Katy Perry is very different from Olivia Rodrigo, right? All different. And when you do things your way, you become more magnetic to the world. So lose the idea that you need to do what others say, that you need to follow the path others have already created, and just align to you, your truth, your bigness, your delight. What delights you in what you do? How do you want to do it? What's your unique take on it? It might make it feel a little more scary to put yourself out there, but that's sort of how you know you're doing it right.
So I don't know if I'm necessarily speaking to everybody who's on this call, because I know so many of us on this call, what you said resonates. This idea of if you want it, it's because it feels like home. And yet I've wanted things that feel really big because they feel so different than now. So I don't know if I would call them home. I just know, like, I have felt the contrast so much, right? That I recognize not this, that looks like it would be not this. But I know that has in the past been a challenge for me. And so I'm addressing it for anybody who it is a challenge. That's the advice, right? Become it. Feel it, vibrate at that place. But what if you don't know what that place is? So you said, oh, go ahead.
No, yes, go ahead.
Well, you gave it feels relaxed. I don't remember your exact words. It feels safe. Is that the key? Is the key finding a feeling close to what you think it will feel like and building on it?
Yes. So you can't create what you want from a negative place, right? It can inspire a positive place, but it's hard to move into what you want because you're trying to avoid the now, right? You can't necessarily easily, right? If we're talking about ease today, fast ease, if you don't like where you are right now, it's going to be very hard to get to where you do want to go because you're focusing in the wrong direction. The people who go fast, big, easy are focused on the future. They're focused on where they're going. They're so busy going fast that they're just lapping up their potential, the feeling of going in the direction of where they're wanting to go. That is what to connect to. So even if you don't know the outcome, you know how you want to feel. I want to feel free. I want to feel open, alive, excited. That's what I want to feel. I want to feel creativity flowing through me every day, collaborating with other creative people, seeing greatness, inspiring greatness, right? Whatever it is, have that feeling, be ravenous for that feeling. And that is your bridge. It's your magnet, really, because it's coming to you. Dedicate yourself to that feeling.
That's what I was going to say. Like, okay, so I remember I had a friend once, a very wise friend, say, impatience slows you down. And I was like, what are you talking about? Impatience is going to speed me up. Being impatient is what makes me, makes me motivated, makes me go. But is there inherently I want this thing and I want it really fast? Does that make me impatient? Does wanting it fast slow it down?
No, because in order to have it, you have to give it to yourself. So you're not being impatient, you're giving it to yourself. So do you see, we have writing on our board, so we cannot draw it for you, but you have to make the first move. It's not, I declare I want something and then you wait. It's, I declare I want something and I make the first move by giving myself the feeling of having it now. That's the first move. You create the magnet that pulls the physical into being.
Okay. So give it to yourself now.
Yes.
So
there's no impatience necessary. You don't need to wait for anything if you have the ability to feel like you have it now, right?
I suppose I've always sat in the feeling like I have it now, but also that my practical mind is knowing that it's coming. Know that if I can feel it now, that it's on its way.
But are you really just noticing the lack of it in that?
That was my next question. Like, is that actually slowing it down?
Yes.
Okay, so I remember.
Can you drop into the feeling so much that you feel fulfilled and you're not looking for anything?
Sometimes. I always feel like that's a trick question. So, like, my logical brain gets it. Like, I fully get what you're saying. And I have experience, I'm sure, of like total satisfaction, regardless of outward experiences. And like I was saying on our group call a little while earlier, like, oh man, I mean, I go through periods where like I am a powerful magical being. And I don't know. To answer your question, I don't know if I suppose it is if I know, words are hard. Okay. I know that many of us are sitting here being like, yeah, I can be fully satisfied and content in the now. But I still want it. I still want the thing.
Then you are feeling the lack of the thing.
So this is a silly thing that I'm experiencing right now. So like, let me know in the chat, guys, if you've experienced this too. But like, I know that. And I still want to be a little bit attached to that result.
The result is the vibrational shift. So give yourself that. I have the result. I have the feeling of it. I have it now.
I know, Intimate Alien. I know.
Well, think about it this way. You've been doing it your way for a long time now, and you're still waiting. Yes. So why don't you give yourself the rest of the year to try it my way and see what happens. Forget about it. Let it go. It's not like any desire can actually leave you anyway. So decide, I'm going to give up looking for results at all. I'm just going to live in the feeling I want to live in and live a wonderful life because I will feel amazing.
And you guys, I know that works so dang well. Okay, Intimate Alien, I will do it for the rest of the year. Easy peasy. And magical things happen.
You are always a magical being. It's whether or not you allow yourself to see it. And that all depends on your vibrational alignment.
What do you think it is that causes us to stop seeing our magical being selves, or to
you are lazy and you lose focus because you're in a world full of exciting things to look at. You are attached to feeling good and bad and tired and cranky and determined and impatient and ambitious, and you're told in so many ways how you should be feeling at all times, that of course you're going to sort of catch that and think that and do that. It requires a lot of focus to be inward in your world because you've got these eyeballs and they go everywhere.
Thank you for calling me lazy.
It's not that you are, you think you are sometimes.
Well, I understand what you're saying is like, because you fall out of practice, because you look around.
I mean, if you stopped eating, you would die, right? If you stop aligning to what you want, at least you don't die. You just get things you don't want.
Amen to that. And it's the simplest thing, right? When your life when it starts to be full of things you don't want, like, we know what the answer is.
Yeah, you've been focusing on things you don't want. Yes.
I don't know why I need to tell this story, but maybe it's for somebody here. And it is the story of my dishwasher. Maybe you'll give context to the story. It just keeps coming up. So when we moved into this house, there was a really fancy dishwasher, like super, I'm sure it was very expensive, like so quiet, has so many features. And it was fine, but like I never really loved it. And we've lived here about 5 years, and over the years, the dishwasher is, I'm recognizing like, oh, I have some desires around the dishwasher. Actually, less bells and whistles. I don't know why it needs to be cleaned out over here. I'm not sure why it started to like not seal as well. And so even though I would have this fancy dishwasher and do everything right, like if I let the dishes stay in there after they were done, they would mildew. And it was just like a minor inconvenience. And I just sort of had to like adjust my life and remember to take the dishes out right away. And all that to be said is I didn't know I wanted a new dishwasher. Didn't have like awareness of like, I really need a new dishwasher. Like this has to happen. I just was like slowly being more inconvenienced by my dishwasher. And then we were left on vacation and we were at this Airbnb that had a really simple dishwasher. And it was new, but probably pretty cheap because I could just tell. And I was appreciating that dishwasher and how it made the dishes so clean. And it was like bare bones basic, like pretty easy. And we got home from vacation and my dishwasher worked for like 2 more days and then it stopped working. And I remember, so my like desire around that, or it felt like a slightly bigger inconvenience, but also like, I don't want to think about shopping for a dishwasher. Like, I don't even want to put that on my to-do list. Like, I'd rather just do the dishes until I have the capacity. And my husband was like, oh no, that's not the kind of person I am. He got on the internet immediately, was like, choose between these 3. It's coming on Monday. And I didn't give it a second thought. I was like, that one looks fine. I don't really care. And I got this new dishwasher. It's not nearly as nice as the one I had before in terms of bells and whistles. And I was listening to it right before our call and just like, would you look at that? Like, I was not focused hard on needing a new dishwasher, but like probably had passing thoughts about my next dishwasher, or just like a vibration of wanting something different and better and simpler. And it showed up. And one of the features of this new dishwasher is it's pretty quiet, but I can hear when it's cycling. My other one was so quiet we couldn't hear it, so we were always like opening it up in the middle of the cycle. So all that to be said is this is just an area where I was not focused on a result of a dishwasher. I was just putting my focus wherever. But I got exactly what I wanted without having to, what does it feel like to have a brand new dishwasher? Like be like super intentional.
But that's not necessarily true because you were appreciating the dishwasher on your vacation. So you were feeling the
Totally
good vibration of it. Yes.
Totally. I just wasn't like, I need to manifest a new dishwasher. So let me focus hard on what it feels like to align with the new dishwasher. Like it just sort of happened.
But it didn't just happen.
Okay.
It happened because you were appreciating.
Yes. And noticing, I was getting specific in my appreciation. Like, I appreciate this, but it was a little too cheap. Like when you pulled out the dishes, it made a lot of noise. The one I have doesn't do that. So yes, I got exactly what I wanted. But I think what I'm getting at is I did put some focus on it, but I didn't make it my job.
Yes, it doesn't need to be your job because your jobs usually feel burdensome. What you want ultimately doesn't feel burdensome. And so neither should the aligning, right?
It was just hopefully whoever's needed to hear this is hearing it. It was there was appreciation, and I'm sure intentional appreciation in, I mean, I could have looked at it another way, like this cheap dishwasher and like, it makes so much noise when but I was like, oh, I like this about it. I like that about it.
We understand what you are trying to say, is that it's easier than you probably are making it out to be.
Yes.
Which is very true, but you still have to align. Aligning should feel good. It should feel wonderful. It should feel exciting. And because you're aligning to your truth, it will feel easy. That's what we want you to know, that you aren't aligning to some big goal that you think you want that is out of your reach and is crazy. You're aligning to your truth. Your truth. And so it's so funny to us that this is so hard for you, because this is your design. You created this way of being as humans. This is how you've created your entire lives, right? So it's very second nature to you, which is why you are like, yes, I got the dishwasher. I didn't even have to nail myself to the wall to get it. No, of course not. Of course you didn't. Of course it's easy. Of course. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Maybe I've unintentionally answered Guillaume's question, because Guillaume says, the goals I desire to manifest. How do I actually manifest them without any drawbacks? And so if I'm going, I mean, I'm sure you have an example. I mean, there's a lot I could say, but I'm thinking about the dishwasher example and how when my dishwasher died, I didn't want to research. I didn't want to shop. Those would be all the drawbacks for me. Like, I could have gone to oh, now I have to find a new dishwasher and spend X amount of dollars. And I could have told myself a whole story around that. But I just took a breath. And in my experience, it came through my husband being like, well, I'm not going to stand for that. Let me make that happen. Right. But it was just the not believing that there had to be drawbacks. Just take a beat.
It is the truth. There don't need to be drawbacks. If you have ever read that book, Busting Loose from the Money Game, it's all about getting rid of the drawbacks. And it's really just about how good are you willing to let it be? How easy are you willing to let it be? How fun are you willing to let it be? Because all of what you want is easy, is fun, is wonderful. In the fifth dimension, there are no drawbacks. So align yourself with ease and fun and good and plenty and lovely and delightful. And that is what you will get.
I can't believe we're at time already. I want to say, Busting Loose from the Money Game, the most fun thing about that book for me was it was sort of like a proposed game. Every time you come across something in your life that's really crappy, challenging yourself to look at it differently, to recognize, I think he called it an Easter egg, right? To recognize this isn't reality.
And to take your power back from it.
Yeah. That was really, really valuable. Okay, so the answer is always alignment. The answer is always alignment.
Which means feeling how you want to feel now and seeing that as the result.
That's
You're
always
welcome, Katarina. Thank you.
That's always it. And yet I know we're all here because we appreciate the reminder every single time.
Yes, me too. This is fun. All right. Well, we are so happy to spend time with you. Thank you for coming here and watching. And we will see you again next month.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Bye, everyone.